This is Amanda with Vanilla Bitten Budgets, and we are going to be filling in the first paycheck for September. We are paid bi-monthly, every 2 times a month, and this is my first video, so please be patient with me. I am trying to speak naturally. I do have a fast cadence and tend to clear my throat. So we'll see how that goes and if I keep any of this in my intro. So to start off with, we are going to be having a starting balance from my checking account of $111.25. Breaking down here now shows the amount that I've already budgeted for our paycheck, which is $2,800. And my husband has shown us the paycheck that we are getting. We are a one-income household of $2,854.69. He did get a small overtime payment this time, so it is not a normal paycheck, which hopefully means we'll be able to put that towards savings. So we will go ahead and fill out these listed here. I will be adding the calendar from my phone that I've recorded to show what days I will be having those things taken out of the account, and go ahead and input what we normally have. These expenditures have been outlined in terms of when they will be coming out after the paycheck has deposited. So our paycheck deposits on the 10th and the 25th of every month, and we have stocks that auto come out on that date, so we'll go ahead and put our $50 contributor to that. We go ahead and auto withdraw that money from the paycheck every pay period. We do have Amazon things such as laundry, diapers, mostly supplements that do come out of our Amazon. That is generally between the 18th and the 25th, so depending on when we get those completely sent to us, they should be coming out before the 25th paycheck, and we tend to have that be about $175 worth of products that are shipped to our house on a subscription basis from Amazon. Water is a not monthly service that we do have. I believe that it's every 3 months. So this time is not a month for water. I believe that is going to be next month in October and not in September. So we'll go ahead and contribute the amount that should be planned for that. Our water bill tends to be about $108, $112 per payment, so I'm going to go ahead and do $104 for this month, for this paycheck. Even though it hasn't been the full month, we can see whether or not we need any more for the next paycheck before the water takes out. Water tends to take out anywhere between the 20th and the 27th, I believe. Unclear, I have that listed though when I do have that done. We have insurance through Geico, $183 per month. I do want to switch that over to a 6 or annual payment. We just haven't saved up for that yet. We do have life insurance, and so I'm going to go ahead and add that amount that we pay. Life insurance is broken up into multiple payments that we have. You'll be able to see that in the next pay period of some of the other payments for our life insurance. We have a gym membership for my husband. $28. Our internet, $96. Waste management, I'm not 100% sure on what our waste management bill will be. We had added the yard waste bin, so we have a trash, recycling, and now a yard waste. Trash and recycling, yard waste and trash are every week, and then our recycling is every other week. We are billed that, I believe, every other month, quarterly, or every 3 months. I can't remember. I have that listed on my calendar. I will later we'll look at the calendar and see exactly when that comes out for some of these non-monthly recurring ones. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and budget $60. Our numbers for our waste management had been about $112, I believe, previously. Because of the new yard waste bin, I do not know what that number is. I'm estimating that it's an additional amount that we've been given an estimate of, like a fee of like $10 to add it or something like that, and then it will go up. I'm not 100% sure if that goes up per month or if it goes up per pay billing cycle. So I will know more information about that later. Right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do 60, which has been calculated for the estimate based off of how frequently I pay that bill. We pay for SiriusXM for our cars for $43, and YouTube, which is $33. I do pay for premium. I am not about ads. The irony being that once I'm able to be monetized on YouTube, I will want to place ads. But if I can skip an ad, I will skip an ad. If I can skip the sponsorships on people's videos, I will do the jump to next section on my phone constantly. I am not about that life. I will pay the extra money to not have advertisements to me that I cannot skip. I think that is the most annoying thing in the world. So I will pay the family plan for YouTube Premium. That is $33 a month. I would also like them, as a note, to have that be an annual thing, but I understand YouTube is not going to do that. Okay, gas, we estimate about $200 for both of our cars. We have smaller cars. They are Kias. They have great gas mileage. I do not drive as regularly as my husband, who obviously works a job outside of the home, so that is estimated higher end. Right now, I did see the price of gas increase for some unknown reason that had jumped almost a full dollar within a few short amount of time, like a week, in some of the places that we were looking on Gas Buddy around our area. We are fortunate enough to live in an area that has reservations, and we buy off the reservation gas, so they get subsidies to have their gas lower than the state that we live in, which means that we can benefit from a cheaper gas. Some of the gas prices in our area had jumped almost to $5, whereas previously it had been around $3.80. So that is just the fun thing that we do get to deal with. I have not changed the update for gas. Our gas that we normally get is around that $3.80, $3.79 is what it is, but $3.80. I estimate high. My husband works 30 miles round trip away from home. Doing the math on that, timesing that by 5, and then adding on to the rest of the time. So this is just for this pay period. These numbers are just for my paycheck. I try to follow a very similar paycheck to paycheck method as the Budget Mom does, with a zero balance numbers, which is why we'll come into here and make sure that everything planned has money going to where it's supposed to go, and at the end it's $0 equals. So that's $200 for gas. Food, we estimate about $500. We are a family of 5, and we try to cut back as much as we can, but that doesn't mean that food is not cheap. With this category, food is both groceries and food. So like toiletries, paper products, these kind of things are estimated in that. We tend to buy bulk and then section that off. So some months will be more food heavy, some months will be more household heavy, just depends on what we're doing. A lot of the times, unfortunately, these numbers will be outside of what our plan is, which is why we do have these other lines of debt, which we are slowly getting taken care of. But in the meantime, that is what we're going with, is about $500 for food and groceries. We'll come back to miscellaneous because I tend to do that at the last bit in order to actually find out how much money I have left for my paycheck in order to contribute to the miscellaneous funds that I would like to pay towards. Cushion is just a handy tool so that I can make sure that we have enough money for any overcharges or slightly unexpected things to come up. So that is where this $100 is probably going to come from. So that's why we're budgeting closer to this number of $2,965 in order to round out our planned versus our actual for expenses and inflow. We always try to keep that at 100, so there's always $100 in the checking account at all times. We'll also come back to savings in a little bit and extra debt in order to calculate how much we actually can put those into after we do the other bills. Care credit does not need to be done at this time. That will be on the next paycheck. That one doesn't come out until the 5th. So if I have any extra, I will add to this. But as of right now, we are paying minimum payments on that in order to more heavily pay down some other things that do have interest. Our care credit does not have any interest currently, so we are able to utilize that to our best ability. Primal Queen is just another subscription for vitamins. It's $54 a month. Bank of America card, again, that's minimum payments, so minimum is 111 right now, and obviously we can add the extra debt to increase that. Tithing, we always tithe 10%. With this new actual being different, we will go ahead and tithe $285 this time around. Okay, so that leaves us with $2,064. So let me see here. What did we want to do? I know my husband took out some things from savings. We had an unexpected expense. We had $1,000 in our savings. We went ahead and had our car oil change done, as some lights replaced, basic minor things, but we did not have the cash flow for it, so we went ahead and took our savings in order to not go into more debt. So he will have to put money back into that, and will need to add to that. He had taken out $375, I believe, in order to cover the expenses of us doing the car, and the amount that he actually paid was $310, give or take. So I'm going to go ahead and put $310 that we need to add back into savings. He will then put back the $65 from an account that he used to pay back into the savings. And that is something that he has to do. I will remind him. I do not have access to that one in order for us to stop getting into more debt and for me to not spend the money that we have. And then another thing that he wanted was some new jeans. We tend to shop at Costco, and there was a deal right now on some jeans that he wanted to look at. So we'll budget about $100 for that. So he can hopefully get a few pair of jeans. There was... Oh, that's right. I'm still not sure if I want to pay a subscription that I have currently as a trial for AccuWeather on my phone. I do love AccuWeather. That's one of the better apps that we use to track weather. I like the interface. They changed it recently. Not so keen on it as I was before, but I use AccuWeather in order to gain, obviously, highs, lows for the day, if it's raining or not, and the sunrise and sunset for the day. Air quality also extremely important. I have very bad migraines whenever the air quality is low from all these forest fires. That keeps me inside, which is not fun. So that's $25 though if I wish to continue that subscription. I will have to double check to see if that is an annual one or not, but I will estimate $25 because it is supposed to come out during this pay period. So that we're at $125. And then lastly, we are wanting to get a season pass for a pumpkin patch near our house where the kids love going there. They have a really cool, fun activities for kids all the time. And instead of buying a regular one day for like $25 per person, I can spend almost $50 per person for a unlimited season pass, and that would be coming out to almost $200 for the 5 of us. So and that season pass is like from the 2 last weekends of September through all of October, and then just November 1st as their last day. So we can go there as many times as we want. Well worth it. My kids ask for going to the pumpkin patch constantly, all year round. They are huge Halloween kids. So I think it's well worth what we're spending on that in order for them to get a pumpkin, go play, have fun run outside, So that would probably give us around $375 for miscellaneous. So that puts us now at $2,749 minus the difference. So minus 2,749, 51 left over. But because we're not adding more money to the cushion of 100, we need to actually add that 100. So we're at $151 because it would be $2,900, which will then go into the extra debt. On top of this $11.25, I always like to make sure that any remaining amount goes into extra debt. So once this paycheck pops, which right now we're minutes away from the 10th, and then it will show up probably like 2 o'clock in the morning, it will go ahead and deposit. So this number here, we'll go ahead and add that. So we'll add the $11.25. These are rounded numbers, so we'll just add the 11 So we're at 162. And that should put us, yes. No. My math is wrong. This is why we double check. Ah, I forgot the 54. That's why. Okay, so 2954 minus 29. Okay, so I'm missing $43. That makes sense. Plus 162. 205. Let me make sure that's correct. I missed it again. That's okay. Alright, this is why we have this. Wow, okay. 216. Because I can clearly count. I should be looking at the end balance number before I start anything, not the start balance, and then adding to it. It's fine either way. It would have just meant that I would have had more money at the end than I did now. Okay, so that has been September's first paycheck budget with me. We'll go ahead and have that all set up. If there's any changes, I will go ahead and add that. But as of right now, we don't have anything added to this expenses and inflow other than the paycheck that I know we'll be getting today, these numbers that we are estimating, and we'll see what happens with the actual amounts. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Amanda from Vanilla Bitten Budgets. Please like, subscribe. See you next time.